it's Brandy from Duncan as well. I wanted to make a video. Today I have really been convicted to make a video, I guess. I really just, today it just feels like, it's just one of those days where it just feels like this is the life. This is so worth it. It's so good to foster. I guess I've just had some like affirmations that this is what I need to be doing. I had a really good chat with an old placement that we had tonight, and I just really feel like I wish more people would take on all these orphans. It is very rewarding, and it's the best life. I know there's so many reasons not to foster, but there's so many reasons to foster. And I've gotten a lot of questions lately about fostering from friends and people that want to start fostering. So I just wanted to make a video about, I guess, like, what it takes to foster. I know I've made some of these videos before, but in Arkansas, you only have to have 50 square foot per kid per bedroom. And a lot of people think that you need like a whole bedroom for a kid, but actually you just need 50 square foot in a bedroom. And yeah, that's just, I mean, most bedrooms are 100 square feet. There's very few that are less than that in like a normal house. So, pretty much anybody could put 2 kids in a room. And then, I know, the famous question I get, what about your own kids? Like, how is this going to affect them? And I just want to say that our kids have been greatly impacted by fostering. When we started, we only had Will and Sydney, and Jacob was a tiny baby. And I have seen them grow so much. Will has shared his room multiple times with multiple children. He's even moved into a bunk room with 3 other boys. And Will was like an only child till Sydney came around, so it's been really good for him. And then Sydney has shared her room multiple times with girls, and she has just grown and just knows how to share better. She's 10 now. She started when she was 5. So she's grown so much. And just seeing her with our kids and just teaching her how to love on babies has been so rewarding, because sincerely, like, I know one day she's going to be a great mom. I just know it just from seeing her love on these babies. And then Jacob was a baby when we started fostering. He's 6 now. And he, I remember when he was a baby, he wouldn't even get down. Like, he would, like, be in my arms the whole time. And then we got the first few foster placements, and he started, like, just playing by himself and in the floor and stuff. And I just thought, oh my gosh, he's growing so much. And just placement after placement, he has grown. And it has really affected us positively in our house. And then, well, you know, Addie, she, or Mary Catherine, Cat Boy, she goes by a couple different names. She actually was a foster placement of ours that we adopted. And I think she has made us all grow. She definitely has just made us all just get to know another side of everything. Because, you know, My kids, whenever we started fostering, they got anything and everything they wanted. They never even thought that some kids might not have food, or that maybe kids didn't have video games, or just all those things. Like, they thought that every kid had everything they wanted and nothing was bad in the world. And funny story, one time we took all our kids to Olive Board, and there was a pharmacy called the drugstore, and Will flipped out because he thought that they were selling drugs at the pharmacy. So you can tell we lived a very sheltered life before foster care, but now our kids know, all the bad things and just what these kids could go through. And I think it just helped them just know that the world's not all perfect, and maybe to be a little bit more grateful. And, all our kids kind of have grown a lot, and in some ways they just learn from each placement in little ways, and it's really created them. I mean, Will is like really responsible, and Sydney has really kicked into this like motherly, like she's just like everyone's best friend. She really enjoys our foster placements. And then we have an adoption coming up this week, so we'll share more of that later. And then okay, so I think that answers that question. Another question I get is like, what do you do? Like, when they call, what questions do you ask? And I've got some jokes when people ask, but I usually ask how old they are and what their story is. And then if they're old enough, I kind of want to know something about them. And I've picked up this new thing where I ask them to ask the kid what their favorite color is. And I don't know why that's important to me, but I've learned sometimes if they pick a certain color, maybe they might not mesh as well as other kids. And then always ask like any trauma, anything like that. Okay. And another thing I told one of my friends this week was how I get so annoyed. I'll say, oh yeah, that kid was stuck in the caseworker's office all day and they had to take him. And I don't know why this irks me so bad, but you do not have to take a kid just because it's stuck in a caseworker's office. Every kid goes to the caseworker's office. Every kid is there while they call. So don't let them make you think you need to take a kid just because they're stuck in the office. I'm the worst about this. I take all the kids. But I just want you to know that you don't have to feel guilty about it because they all go to the caseworker's office. So another thing that I said this week that I wanted to share was, unless you can see this kid's future in your head, don't be taking it. Because they're going to ask you to take some kids that would not typically work with your family or even be ideal in your situation. If it's not feasible, it's not feasible. You do not have to make it work if it doesn't work. Just pass, because it's not your kid. And that's a good topic. If it's not your kid, it's not your kid. And I have to tell myself this all the time. I've had caseworkers, adoption specialists, tons of people tell me, no, they're not coming to your house. And I used to take it so personally, but then I remember that God has already picked my kid. He knows what my whole family looks like 20 years from now. He's seen my family portrait. That is what I trust in, that God knows who's meant to be at my house. And he's already picked them out. And if they're coming to my house, there's nothing any caseworker or anyone else can do about it, because they're going to be coming. If they're meant to be, they're meant to be. So, ask good questions. Don't feel guilty. And just trust that if it's meant to be, it'll work out. Because you cannot force something to work if it's destined not to work. I am the world's worst about accepting a kid that would not, could not, and did not mesh well with our family. So you have to be honest, you know. There's a lot of times you have to say, this is not working. If it's not working for you, it's not working for that kid. And you have to give notice, and you have to tell the caseworker, hey, this is not working for this reason. And just be honest with them and just tell them, because if you're miserable, that kid's miserable, your family's miserable, and your whole life is impacted. I know one of my favorite people at DHS will tell you, if it's not your kid, you know, you move. It's nothing to feel guilty about. You want that kid to be in a place that can be nurtured and cared for. Even though you might be a great home, there's another home out there that would be awesome for that kid. And I'm just saying, there's a lot of kids that got where they needed to be after they came to my house. And you just cannot feel guilty. You just have to do what's best for you and your family. And just know at the end of the day, your family's already picked out. Just rest in that. So it's like a rambling thing. I really wanted to make a video, and then my daughter has been on Snapchat and has just really convicted me and just to make videos today. So I wanted to just give you a little piece. I know it's a little crazy and it's a lot, but this week's going to be a great week for us. We have an adoption this week, and we'll be sharing a lot of videos. So, looking forward to that. All right, guys, take care and have a great week. Bye.